yeah, I started dancing when I was around like 12, and then I went to uni, um, worked as a professional dancer for a bit. So I've been in like hip hop companies, like Myself UK. I was in Afro Queens for a little bit. Um, yeah, and then last year I was like, I'm actually going to start teaching adults because I've always taught kids up until last year. And then, yeah, so I've been teaching adults for about a year, and I've always worked in like some kind of customer services or like hospitality, like alongside dance. That's me.
So if we start from when you were 12, what actually made you get into it? What was the point where you thought, yeah, I like dance and I want to start it?
Um, so I wanted to be a singer first. I watched Leon Lewis, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to be
Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah.
And then I saw like Step Up 2. This is like so weird because I suppose it's like not a really old film. But yeah, when I was about
Yeah.
11, 12, I was like, oh my god, yeah, Step Up 2. That needs to be my life. So yeah, I started doing like little street dance classes, but um, I was quite like a shy kid pretty much until I was about 18. That I was really
Yeah.
shy. So I did like just this Tuesday club, but like I was rubbish to be honest. I wasn't really good. But yeah, I loved it. It just took me a long time to like get my confidence up. But yeah,
Yeah.
know how it
You
is.
said you said you've done joined certain companies. So you said myself. I know I've seen them before. And that's quite a good company. How's your experience with that? Was
Yeah, defo. So I had like some really good training in college that was like a lot of foundations like ballet, tap, jazz, contemporary, all that
yeah.
stuff. We did a lot of urban styles as well. Then I moved from Peterborough to London in 2015, and I joined myself in 2017. So yeah, in my second year. And at the time, like Chloe was doing workshops at our uni. You know UL in it anyway, so she was
Yeah.
coming UL.
Yeah.
Yeah, joined them. I had a good few like shows with them. I did like Breaking Convention. We did like Hot
Nice.
Steppers, like little events like that. Move It. That was all good.
Yeah. So what was your experience like on Breaking Adventure? 'Cause that's a very that's a huge event. I know Move It's very big as well because I've taught there before. What's like as you as a dancer and obviously something that you're passionate about and getting to actually be on those big platforms, how did that make you feel?
Um, like by the time I got to Breaking Convention, I think because I'd been dancing with Chloe for like probably over a year anyway, I had a
Yeah.
lot more confidence. So it was
Yeah.
just a matter of, I think we trained for like 6 weeks to put it together. Um, and it was very like physically demanding, the set, because it was like 6 minutes of like full out,
Mm.
full out, full out. Like you didn't really have time to chill. You had to like find moments to breathe. So yeah, it was just kind of having to stay more mentally with it, and then just struggling
Yeah.
with like kind of being in pain every day. You know how it is, isn't it? Like if you train a lot, like we had like big
Yeah.
4 hour rehearsals at a time. If you wasn't
Mm.
dancing, you had to be like doing it on the side. You wasn't chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the stage was like that. I think at the time that was my first like really big show. It was like
Yeah.
put a few thousand like in the crowd, and I was like, wow,
Mm.
scary. It was good. I loved it.
Mm. You mentioned your confidence. Is that something that you've had to kind of develop over time? Like, how have you, because with you teaching now, like, how is your journey with confidence
um,
been?
I would say, yeah, as I say, I've always been shy. So like when I was in
Mhm.
college, it was a lot of my critiques were like eyes off the floor because I would literally be dancing like no face, eyes on the
Yeah.
floor my whole life. Even in uni, I did it for a long while, but yeah. Then as I started like working more with Chloe, like we
I don't know if it's me, but your sound's gone. I don't, your sound's gone. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear? I can't hear at all. Can everyone hear Rosina? No. Can everyone hear Rosina? And can who? Sound's gone. That sound's gone. Can you hear me? So they said
Hello?
they couldn't hear me. I can hear you now. Can everyone hear me? I can everyone put an S and put an R for Rosina. If you can hear Rosina, talk to them, talk to them.
Hello, hello.
Put an R for Rosina. If you can hear her, put an R for her, please, so I know. See some R's go up. But I'm sure if I can hear you, I'm seeing thumbs up. Yeah, they can hear both now. All right, so we was talking about the confidence now. So how? So you said you was when you was at uni, you found, and before that, you found that you was looking down a lot of times when you was performing. So how have you developed and overcome that from then to now?
I think like confidence is just a massive like long road. Like it's not just like I know some people when they're younger they just have more confidence, but like for me, coming
Yeah,
from like I can't even speak to anyone because I was that shy to like obviously where I am now where I can teach, it's just a gradual like you have to keep putting yourself out there and like into
yeah,
scary situations. Like that is the only way, like the only way I overcome my fear of like freestyling. You've seen as
yeah,
well, like you know in a cypher, if you're at a jam, like Chloe
yeah.
would be like, right, you go in one at a time and you've got to go in.
Mhm.
Like there's no option for you to leave the room, like you've got to go in. So I'll be standing there like, oh my god, I'm like, I'm so shit. These people look at me like, so yeah, I was having all these horrible thoughts, but the more times you put yourself forward, then you do a little bit better each time. And then it's
Yeah,
even the same with choreo. Do you know what I mean? If you're in a class, when I first started going to classes, I couldn't even pick up the whole routine. I would literally like try and do it at the end, forget it all. So
yeah.
it's just, yeah, little by little, I think.
Yeah, confidence is a big thing. I think within anything, but I think when you're in within the arts, whether it's singing, dancing, acting, where you're kind of on display like that, you do
Mm.
like it is intense if you're feeling like you haven't got the confidence, and then even just like you were saying, you end up looking down because it's like to avoid if you're feeling like you're not so confident. So yeah, that is a big thing. I think it's a thing that a lot of people have to try and overcome, especially when you first start dancing and like even just being on stage at like breaking convention at a big event and just other events where there's thousands of people, there's lots of eyes on you. You have to learn to how to kind of master that and
Mm-mm.
embrace all those eyes, like see them kind of with you, then actually like looking at you, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think by the time you get on stage, it's in your body. So in a sense, you have to like just trust that you know it. Your body actually
Yeah,
knows. Like if you deep it too much, it's when you're gonna start messing up. For me, it was like
yeah,
by the time I got on stage, I
yeah,
know what I've been doing. So I've been drilling it for 6 weeks. Now you just got to think about face and make sure everything's clean and strong. Sometimes when your adrenaline's up, it can make you go faster
yeah.
as well. Don't know if you found that, but yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
you get a big adrenaline rush sometimes. I don't know. I just love being on stage.
yeah,
Like everything else just goes blank. I love to entertain. So yeah,
yeah.
but you do. Like when I remember when I was younger, when I had like I couldn't. Sometimes I think my confidence has been like make sure that I deliver a good job. Then
Mm.
actually, I find it a lot easier to perform in front of thousands of people than like in a room of 10 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so but I think now I'm just kind of like, you know, I want it, I'm doing it, sort of thing.
Mm.
Um, have you been in any experiences where you're kind of like the only dancer on stage?
Oh my god, yeah. One time, yeah. K More, I will call this boy out because he literally, he was like, yeah, Rose, come down, jump on stage at Caribbean Rocks, yeah. So what was it? The Kentish Town O2 Arena this was. And
O2 Arena.
I was like, cool. So I got there and I was like, oh, where's the other girls? He was like, there are no other girls. I was like, bitch. I was like, it's just me. I was like, there's literally like so many people out there. I was thinking the stage is big. I was like, oh my days. I literally just started. It's so bad, but I was like, yeah, Ray nephew, come to me, because I was like, I've got to try and go mad now. Hold the whole stage by myself, but I did.
You smashed it today.
Thank you. I managed it, but yeah, I was scared, to be fair. But I just thought, get gassed and just split in the middle. I'll be all right.
I think it's kind of where you're passionate about your dancing. That's going to be like your drive as to how you kind of execute it. So it's like, if you're doing something that you love, no matter how difficult you find it, you always find a way. And I think that's the importance of doing something that you're very passionate about, because if you're not passionate about something, if you, like, when things are difficult, you can lose momentum. And then even just if you've got, say, confident issues, or if someone had like financial issues and different type of problems, because it's not something that you feel like's your purpose or your passion, you're not going to stick with it, and you're only going to enjoy it when things are just good. So I think it's very, very important. Like, if there's any of you out there and there's something that you love doing, make sure you go for it. Make sure you go for it. I want to talk about a bit more of your wins. Like, is there like artists that you've, like, what other artists you worked with, or what other artists have you worked with? Is there any more other big platforms that you've been on which you haven't mentioned yet?
So I worked with, well, I've not obviously met Vibes, but I did a Vibes Cartel and Lisa Mercedes shoot last year. That was nice. Really good. Thank you. Yeah, it's probably like the most professional shoot I've been on, I would say. I've done one for like Afrobeat and Scales as well. A couple years ago, I've done a couple of Reggie and Bowley.
They're fun.
Yeah, they're nice guys. To be honest, they're really lovely. Yeah, I'll probably say that's it for like really known artists. I think, to be honest with you, like, I don't know if you agree or not, but I think with artists, it's one of them of, if you know the person that's getting the dancers for it, great. Or if you know the management, great. If not, it's a bit like, you're not really going to get auditioned for it. It's more of a like, okay, who can I bring with me that's I know can do the job, and it's a very who you know situation.
Within the dance industry.
Yeah. I would say, just from my experience anyway. I'm like, because I see the same people, the same friends just get together. Oh yeah, cool, we'll bang that shoot, we'll bang that one.
I think, to be honest, you've got that as well, but I think it comes down to just how you got to kind of just put yourself in front, or even just, there's times where if I've wanted it, I've just contacted the artists. Yeah. So I think it's how you choose to kind of go about it. Like, everyone has. Is it your birthday? Someone's put in happy birthday.
It ain't my birthday.
It's my birthday, you guys. I want to talk about, what's some of the other. You mentioned like confidence. What's some of the other challenges that you've had along your dance journey, which you've overcome? Because obviously you've done some real great things, which is, you've done some real great things, but there's a lot of kind of the back work and things you have to learn from, mistakes that you might have made that you have to overcome, which helps the successes and wins that you've had. So like, what's been some of those?
I would say, like, with dance, I've always like doubted myself to an extent. Like, I think it's taken a really long time for me to be like, nah, I'm the shit and I can do it, because I will always naturally tend to put myself under other people, because I can't stand people being like, you're below me. So I think I
Yeah.
naturally put myself in that place. So yeah,
So to kind
self-worth.
of avoid someone else saying it.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always want to come across as like a genuine person, as someone that like people can
Yeah.
relate to, and like, so yeah, I feel like that all just kind of goes together. And like when I was younger, I was like bullied quite a bit, and that's why I was shy. So I think it all kind of
Yeah.
ties in. Um, I think a lot of girls as well, like with their weight and stuff, like you're constantly in comparison of like your exterior and aesthetics.
Yeah.
So I think it is really hard to like keep going to auditions or going to places where people are analysing you for the full package, which is like your movement,
Yeah.
your look, like your body, everything. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. I think
I
I'm
think
go on.
go on. Someone? Who's gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I think it's like an ongoing thing. Like just have to like try and be kind to ourselves, but it's ongoing. Like
Yeah. I think it's getting harder in the dance industry because obviously you become a dancer for the movement, and then when you start auditioning and you actually get into the dance industry, you find that a lot of things is based on your looks. A lot of things based on your looks, even just like running the dance troupe. I've got a troupe of dancers and people just ask to see their photos, and it's like sometimes they're not even asked to see their dance videos. And yeah, definitely a lot of things is based on how you look now. Like, do you fit the part? And everyone has this, you're supposed to, if you don't look like this person, then you're not. And I think it's definitely, I think all dancers go through that, and it also kind of makes you constantly having to compete as well.
mm-mm.
And then if you don't get the job, but you know but you like, you obviously you would have gone for it because you feel like you're good for the job, then yeah, that can make you doubt yourself as well. But
Yeah,
models and dancers, you have to be very strong-willed to keep the momentum going, because it is a hard one. It is a hard one. But again, like, you're still sticking at it. You're creating your business around it as well. I want to talk a bit more about that. You're creating your business around it, so you're still building up. And just the fact that, like, if you're passionate about it, you've kept it going. But yeah, I wanted to dig deeper into like the business side of the dancing that you're doing, because you're saying that you're teaching now.
mm.
What kind of challenge have you had? I know, like, how has, like, I know that you had the lockdown and everything like that. How has that kind of like impacted your business, and like how have you kept it going, like, to try and overcome this situation?
So I actually started all of this like when lockdown pretty much started,
Yeah.
because I had to. Well, I decided to leave London because I was on my own,
Yeah.
and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this with just in London on my ones. I can't go to class. Like the whole reason I was in London is to like go class, and it's for like the networking
Yeah.
side of things. If I can't do that, I was
Yeah.
like, my mental health is going to go down. So yeah, I moved away, and then I was like, I think like teaching women for me was like, I think it's such an empowering thing. Like I love giving like that energy to other women. I think
Yeah.
like I love trying to give them the confidence that like I didn't have, and
Yeah.
like dancehall is like such a strong, empowering like style.
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed pretty quickly that a lot of women want to be able to move in that type of way. So I was
Yeah.
like, do you know what? I love this. Like, I can teach this to people. So yeah, I started doing classes in Peterborough, but before that, I started in like Northwest London, but not
Yeah.
through my own brand. It was like through someone else.
Yeah.
Um, just doing like fitness. Yeah, loved it. Then did it here. But I think, yeah, then pretty quickly we went into lockdown, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna have to try and take this online. I think teaching
Yeah.
online on Zoom, if you've never done it before, is a bit of a myth. But just had to like get used to it. I feel like I'm alright now. I can operate it. Like,
Yeah.
it's running. But yeah, for a while I was like, oh, it's so awkward because it's not the same, is it? You're not like in
Yeah, the
person. You
energy,
can't.
the energy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so now it's just running on Zoom, and it's actually good. I'm happy
Yeah,
with it right now. Yeah.
that's good. Because a lot of people, they've put their classes on hold. People who are
Mm.
dancing, but there's not a lot. I think a lot more people are starting to do it online, starting to bring it online now. But a lot of people have put it on hold. So it's a good thing that you made that switch,
Mm.
especially if this is a thing where like lockdown is going to be on off on off on off. So it's good that you've found a way to keep your passion
Mm.
alive and keep running your business and bringing it, moving it online, because that's, sorry for that's a doorbell. Then that's the other neighbors. That's where literally everything is going online now. Like everyone needs to think about having an online business, because the whole off, I think we're going to be more on lockdown than off. And if you're thinking that things are going to get back to normal, I think a lot of people haven't realized yet that the actual time that we're in and what's actually going on. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone needs to like move it on, whatever it is, move it online, because you're going to end up waiting and then you're going to end up getting left behind. So it's good that you quickly made that switch. And I think it was really good as well that you started it during the pandemic and you've kept it
Mm.
going, which is really, really good. That's
Thank
really,
you.
really good. So what for you, what would you say? Like everyone has their different views. Obviously, everyone builds a business to be successful because
Mm.
they want success. And everyone has different views of success, whether it's money, whether it's purpose. Like what does success mean to you?
I think like success for me is having like the freedom to not work and having
Yeah.
like income that is ticking over while you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So like ultimately for me, I want to have like a website where people can just log on, click on my stuff. They've got a subscription, and I'm not constantly working. But also like doing something that you love and that you have purpose in. I feel like that
Yeah.
is what's kept me going with all of this, and why I care
Mm.
about pushing it so much is because I find so much purpose in
Yeah.
giving that energy to other women.
Yeah.
And I love dancehall so much, the
Yeah.
culture and everything as well. So, yeah.
What, what's some of the feedback that you've gotten from like women? Because you said that you grew up, you've had to challenge like confidence and you've had to challenge self-doubt along your journey.
Mm.
What's and you built like your why for doing this. Obviously it's something you're passionate about and it's to help other women. What's some of the feedback that you've gotten like from from the women that's like doing your classes? What's some of the feedback that you've gotten, how they said that you've helped them?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of it's been like um just learning the steps and me breaking them down. Sometimes like it just takes someone to like break stuff down for you to actually be able to
Yeah.
pick it up. Definitely confidence
Yeah.
is number one thing. I don't feel like you can even do this style of dance looking shy. Like you've got to give it full out energy, and I'm pushing that to them all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's got to be 110 every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, confidence, movement. That's what I'd say is like my top kind of
Do you,
ones.
do you see like a difference? I know sometimes it can be hard now because it's on Zoom as well, but
Mm-mm.
when it's online, I think that's where you kind of miss that interaction as well, trying to speak to your clients and see how they're feeling. But do you see like when say look for when I was when I'm doing my teaching, I've noticed that they might be talking a bit louder than being so timid,
Yeah,
or they're the ones who used to stand at the back. They're now at the front. They're like they used to move, but now it's like woo sort of thing because
yeah.
they're starting to when they look in the mirror, they actually feel feminine and they feel sexy. Like what like transformations have you seen with the women?
definitely like big changes. Like I've had a few girls, they started with me back in September. 100 like the technicality, just say like, and control,
Yeah,
strength like in their legs. So that's one thing I've had to like drill into people, is like you've got to actually be strong. You because this, if you haven't got that strength and control, it's not going to run. So I think building that in, and just I've seen them go from being everything's quite small to now it's a lot bigger, it's more out.
yeah,
I'm seeing face. I
yeah,
really like to kind of try and engage people with intention. So like I'm not just dancing for the bloody sake of it. It's like, what am I feeling? What am I projecting to the
no,
audience?
no.
So yeah, that's really fun, just to like see people engage with the character of like, I'm the baddest bitch, like, and showing them that I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hundreds.
Okay, yeah. Hmm. See, it's just you find that a lot of, you might just be dancing, but there's a lot that comes off from just dancing, because
Yeah,
like you inspire people. Again, you said about confidence, self-doubt. If they're feeling more confident within themselves when they're dancing, they're going to feel more confident when they're around people. They're going to feel more confident when they're at work.
yeah,
Even just where it's a feminine dance style as well, they might, even in their love life, they'll feel a lot more confident. Like, it does so much.
yeah,
People just think they're coming to a dance class, even health wise. There's so much, like, people think they're just coming to a dance class, but the transformation comes, there's so much that happens outside of the studio,
100%.
which actually impacts their life.
Yeah.
How has dance impacted your life in a positive way?
Oh, I feel like, yeah, I've always kind of used dance as like my release from stress. Like, sounds a bit stereotypical, but yeah, if I'm sad, movement would just make like help me. And it's like,
Yeah,
if I was happy, yeah, it helps me. Um, Definitely, like as a woman, I'm feeling like a feminine,
mhm,
and sitting in my sexuality. Like I think dance always really helped me with that,
yeah,
because you kind of have to like not care. Like
yeah,
I feel like it's really gave me this thing of like, I'm gonna go out and shack out, live my best life, and I don't care if Sandra doesn't like it over there. Like I'm gonna do it anyway. And yeah, like kind of engaging with yeah, that feminine side of myself. I think it's really
yeah.
helped me.
What advice would you give to anyone who like likes dancing, or if they're just dancing, if they just dance in their bedrooms, or just someone who just dances with their headphones in, or someone who's not even a dancer and wants to actually start dancing? What advice would you give them to actually make a go of it, if there's
I
something
would
that they're
say
passionate
throw yourself in the deep end, no matter what it is. I think immerse yourself. Like, number one, I think you need to get your strength up. Like a lot of girls that I work with, maybe they've got the face, they've got fluidity, but they haven't got quite enough strength or power to execute the moves with
Yeah,
clarity.
yeah,
So yeah, I would say definitely. I actually shared a training thing earlier, like foundations for like hip hop and breaking, because I feel for myself, if I did not do them foundations, like say ballet, hip hop and breaking, if I didn't do them, I
mm,
don't think I would dance anything like how I do now. Like, because I
yeah,
only moved over to like dance on Afro like a couple of years back. I think it's
yeah,
really important, just immerse yourself in a style, and you have to drill it. Like, people don't understand, like when us started learning hip hop, like I was here like just trying to get chest grooves for like weeks, like, and just making sure um that's in your body first before you start trying to add all different arms and crazy commercial stuff. Like, do the core
yeah,
stuff first, I would say.
yeah. because you went UAL as well, and obviously I've been there as well. Well,
Yeah.
many quite a long time before you went, and
Oh.
I remember like the training is quite intense. I think I remember one teacher, I can't remember her name, but I probably shouldn't say her name because at that point, I'm grateful for the training now, but I think at that point we were all very angry with her, and she
Yeah.
made us during lock-in, and she made us do this. We did that for an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. She put the heat on. She put the heat on, and it was on full blast, and we did that for an hour
Wow,
and a
that is
half for about 4 or 5 days. I couldn't even do some of the other classes. Everyone was messed up. I remember I was in so much pain. I couldn't even do some of the other classes. And I think it took about a week and a half to recover. And obviously, the class is once a week. So over that 1 week and a half period, I had her twice. I had her
wow.
twice. I had her twice. If there's any dancers who you said you dealt with confidence issues, if there's any dancers who are dealing with the confidence and the self-doubt, what advice can you give them to kind of try and overcome and start working on it?
I think it's a lot of different things. Like, number one, you need to find a teacher that is going to push you like out of your your comfort zone, because that's the only way you're going to overcome stuff, is you just have to push a little bit all the time. I think, yeah, you
Yeah,
need someone that's going to push you. I think, what else really helped me?
yeah, just speak about what's helped you.
I had some really like amazing teachers. I think if I didn't have those teachers pushing me all the time, I probably would still be
Yeah,
shy. You've got to just force yourself. It's horrible,
yeah,
but forcing yourself to like freestyle any way you can put yourself out there. So like, maybe
mm,
even if that's like you're doing classes on Zoom and you've got the camera off, have the camera on,
yeah,
and then once you've got used to that, start asking more questions, or like,
yeah,
or ask for feedback, like ask for like other ways you can develop yourself and engage with people. Because I think even for myself, I wish I'd asked a lot more questions.
yeah,
Because when you ask teachers questions, they want to help you more, because they're like, oh yeah, you're engaged, like you want to know, and they will naturally give you more. But yeah, I think for me it was just a question of, I practiced a lot as well. Like, you've got to
yeah,
just put the time in. I used to actually, in the beginning, I would like film myself like freestyling. Obviously, this applies to everything, but let's say for
yeah,
freestyle, for example, I'd film myself, and then a lot of the time I would look at it and I'll be like, that is hideous.
yeah,
Like, for ages. And then after a while, though, you do it and you might be like, oh, you do one move you like. Do you know what? I'm going to do that move again. And then you
yeah,
kind of build like a little repertoire. Um, and that becomes like your vocabulary. Like, you'll find your go-to moves, and then you just have to
yeah.
keep trying to expand outside of that, I think.
I think it's for anyone who wants to start dancing and even start teaching. I think, especially if you've got confident issues, but I think it's a good time for anyone to start now during this pandemic, just because you have the online services. You
Yeah.
don't have to, obviously, you want your classes to get filled, but you don't have to worry about booking a studio. You don't have to worry about putting out flyers. You don't have to worry about people. Obviously, you're going to worry about people turning up. You don't have to worry about people not turning up. Like, this is your best chance to actually start your dancing journey for
Yeah.
free, because all
Especially,
you've got to do, if you've got
sorry.
internet in your house, if you've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
internet
yeah.
in your house, right, you can start. If you're not paying for Zoom, you don't have to pay for Zoom. So this,
True.
if you actually are passionate about dancing and you want to start teaching, start now. Literally start now.
I
It's the
think like
best. It's
100%. If like with me, I was just like, oh my god, I can't teach dance, or I can't teach whining, because I think I'm a white girl. First of all, I was like,
yeah,
I was like, and then also it's like, I'll be like, oh, am I good enough? Am I good enough to teach it? But
Yeah.
I think you get better. The more you do stuff, the more you're like, step into that side of, yes, I can, and I am doing it. You improve anyway, and then you learn as you go. I think some people think like you've got to have it all figured out and on lock before you start something. Like I absolutely did not have it all on lock. I was like, I really love doing this. I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna keep doing it until it works, sort of thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people end up because of it's not feeling like you're not good enough, or is my services. I was actually just speaking about it. I don't even know if everyone heard me because the Bluetooth had got into the speaker.
Oh no.
So when you came on and you were saying, I was like, oh crap. So I don't even know. I gave advice and I don't even know if people heard me. But hopefully. Gosh, what was I saying now?
About not being good enough.
Oh yeah. So it's like people will spend so much time trying to perfect everything. Someone just said they love your classes.
Oh, thank you. I can't see the comments. Don't know why. They're like all delayed on mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They spend so much time trying to perfect it that they actually don't start and they don't get nowhere. So, you said you didn't have it all figured out, but in the end, you have, and as the weeks have gone on, you're just naturally going to get better. Just naturally going to get better. How many? If someone's serious about dancing, how many hours would you say that they need to put in a day? Actually, before you answer that, what type of training, not as in style, but like obviously dance is one thing, but then you have fitness, you have health, like what other things do they need to incorporate into their lifestyle to make sure that they are like managing and handling their body and getting the best that they can out of themselves as a dancer?
Oh, this is obviously subject to my opinion, but I feel like what has helped me is, I'd say, compound exercises, in a sense of like burpees, being able to take your weight on your arms, having a strong core is like really, really important things. I think like general fitness as well, like being able to like, I think every dancer should be able to like run a 5K. Like if you're serious, like you've got to have your like cardiovascular up there, because even if you don't want to do it professionally, like say professional dancers, they might be on stage for like an hour, or like just popping off back on, popping off back on. You've got to have that stamina. But it helps with your overall movement quality, because obviously you're using your muscles when you're dancing, so you need to be strong. So I'd say compound exercises, flexibility as well. I was not always flexible. Like I had to really, really work for my flexibility. Like I used to I'd do some kind of workout, like, or back in these days I was in college, and then I would sit on the floor at least 20 minutes doing my splits in agony, breathing, and then I'll come home in the evening and I would sit in them as well. If you know, I know not everyone's bothered about flexibility, but I think it helps your movement quality as well if you're more flexible.
Definitely,
and it's good for you. Do you know what I mean? It's good for you. You don't want to be stiff. It's horrible.
On average, as for like the training that you do outside of the dancing, how much time do you kind of try, or how much time would you recommend that someone sticks to it? Like how much time should they put in, like on a daily or on a weekly kind of like basis?
What, dancing or like other training?
Well, just the training, you can say as a combination, like say like your daily routine or weekly routine, like how many hours do you put in roughly to make sure that you're keeping strong, training your dancing, getting better? Like how much time do you spend doing
that? Like so I would have said I did a lot more when I was younger, because when you're in some kind of program or company, like it's easier. Obviously when you've got to do it all off your own back, it's more effort in it.
Yeah.
But I do at the moment. I just do Courtney Black, so I only do about 3 of them a week, which is literally, I don't really do her weights ones. I'm very against weights. Listen,
Yeah.
I think it proper compromises like your flexibility in like a terrible way and your joints. So anyway, yeah, I do all of like the jumpy stuff, because all like plyometric exercises, anything jumpy is really good for like explosive movement. So
Yeah.
that's something I would recommend everyone looks at. Any kind of like calisthenics, or if you're doing compound movements like hip and it's like without weights. So like Courtney Black, she does a lot of it. What else do I do? So I do 3 of them. I stretch like every other day. I wouldn't say I stretch every day. So like after one of her workouts, I'll probably do like 20-30 minutes stretching. I do 1 acro class a week. That's something that I've recently started taking up because I was noticing like my back and stuff was getting stiffer.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'll probably go for like 1 or 2 runs. That's like the maximum I would do. But I'm not one of these people like I have a back day, I have a leg day, and like I'm not really serious like that. Like if I feel a bit rubbish, I might just literally go for a walk. Like I'm not gonna kill myself and make myself do something really hard. So
Have you found that now you're doing more, like you're incorporating and trying to build more of the business side around the dancing? Do you feel like that's starting to kind of take up a lot more of the time that you would spend just kind of just like dancing away?
yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Because I'm not really now. Kind of maybe the time I might have spent trying to do classes, I'm trying to think like, okay, how can I make that class better, or how can I teach this technique better? Like, or I'm just focusing on getting like my like making sure I know dancehall steps to teach to the guys, or making sure I've got new drills all the time for people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is more art because I found it's especially when you like when you make like a hobby or something that you're passionate about into a business, it's things start to really change.
Yeah.
Starts to really change. Like luckily for me, as I built a team, I was able to kind of like delegate and stuff and get some support and help with that. But things really do change when you start to make it a business. Because you could find like, there was days where I'd be doing all my dancing all day, but then I'd find that day I'm here on my laptop doing that, sorting out the marketing, sorting out professional photos, what I'm gonna be writing, content, editing. So it's like a lot of that. If you want to make it a proper business, you find that it will end up becoming sometimes like 20-30% dance, 70% business. So like it's like having to kind of like maintain your body, your health, even what you're eating, because you might be dancing less, making sure that you're stretching all the time. So because you're not getting to dance every single day, you need to make sure you're flexible and you're strong so that you can just jump back into it when you have to do it. But yeah, the beauty of it is getting paid for doing something you love, but then it's still a beauty, but like the downside of it could be just like you're not actually getting to do the physical of what you love as much because of the business. But then the good thing is once you've sorted it all out, you're going to be getting paid for doing what you love. So yeah, there's a lot. But tell everyone how old you are, because you're young and you've done quite a lot and you're doing quite a lot.
I'm 23. Thank you.
Yeah. So she's 23, everyone. So she's literally like, imagine where she'll be in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. She's been on some very, very big platforms as well. She's gotten to dance and train with some amazing people as well. And like you've overcome your confidence, your self-doubt, you're building and all of that. Like you're doing really, really well. I don't
Oh,
mean it in a patronizing way in the sense that
no,
like you're
that's lovely. Thank you.
some people have been like, but yeah, you're doing really, really well. And I think most importantly is you're following your passion and you're bringing your dream to life. And that's so fulfilling, because there's a lot of people that want to take that jump and they never do. They're not
Mm,
even with regret. And then as they get older, like you're 23, like as they get to 33, can I do it? Or then they start making excuses as to why they can't do it. Then the whole talk of, oh, I'm getting old now. Then it gets to 43 and it'll be like, I remember when I used to have a dream of being whatever. If it was a dancer, a dream of being a dancer sort of thing. And I was really good. I was a really good dancer, but yeah, I just never made it happen. So yeah, it's good that you started early. You still got a long journey to go, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm very, really looking
oh,
forward to
thanks,
seeing it. So
girl.
keep doing it, keep at it, man.
Thank
You're doing
you.
good. But tell everyone about all the different classes you've got, how they can find you, the times and everything. Tell everyone about that.
So I've got a beginners class on a Tuesday now. So that's from 5:45 to 6:30, which is literally just drills, just waistline drills, pops, getting up your strength, and like walking it through. So we just take a bit more time in that class. You're not really focusing on a routine. Um, and then yeah, the winding waistline classes, that's Tuesday at 6:30, about an hour and 15. So we do drills that are in the moves that you'll see also in the routine. Do routine, bit of stretching. Yeah, I sometimes do classes on Saturdays, not all the time, but yeah, for now it's just them two that's every week. So yeah, you can like contact me if you want to know like prices and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got a nice bunch of girls, so we're a friendly bunch.
that's good. That's good. Just tell everyone your Instagram name. I will obviously tag you in this video, but tell everyone your Instagram name.
That was just my name, to Rosina Viscomi. Um, and yeah,
Spell the last part.
the what? The last part.
The surname, yeah,
Oh,
this so they can
Viscomi is
find
Viscomi. Viscomi. Yeah,
yeah.
guys, we just need to like remember that someone told me like our future and past is like basically an illusion of our brain and our mind. So we only have now. We're in the present now. Nothing was ever
Mm,
done without being here and now. So you just need to choose like, don't be like, I'll do it later, because
yeah.
we only have now in it. That's how I think anyway.
Yeah, like I agree with you. And I read something. I've seen it in a few books where they say
Mm,
people get anxiety worrying about the future
mm,
because they're just feel overwhelmed, and then people start to feel depressed or sad thinking about the past. So when you focus on the now, you just have to enjoy being in that present moment and focusing on what you can do
mm,
right now. And the thing is as well, it's like we're in a way as well, we're living in the past, present, and future, like at the same time. So you've got that kind of journey as well. But yeah, like you're saying, being in the present, focusing on the now, and just living your best life. Or I think you said that earlier, living your best life. And
yeah,
just enjoying it. And if there is something that you're passionate about, make it a business. It makes you feel alive. It
and
makes you
it's
feel
like
alive.
gives you
That's the
so much
one of the best.
independence. Like literally, I think people just need to like, if you think to yourself, okay, I want to do this, but I don't know how, then it's like,
Yeah,
okay, what would happen if you did know how? And then you just need to start like building the little connections of like, okay, if I do this, it'll improve that skill, which is going to help me with this. And like just like slowly, I don't know why my screen's
yeah,
doing that, slowly you get there.
yeah. See, it's funny you said that because what I teach is just like everything that we need is inside of us already. And
Mm.
if you can visualize, if you have a dream, the fact that you've been able to visualize that dream, you have everything that you need inside you. If you didn't have everything you needed already, if you wasn't capable of reaching it, you wouldn't be able to reach. You wouldn't have be
Yeah.
able to have that vision for that dream. So I think
Mm.
again, like I think everyone, no matter how much you've kind of overcome, think you've overcome it, everyone's got fears and doubts, and it's a thing where we literally have to look into ourselves, be confident within ourselves, and just be confident we can actually execute our vision. We can all do it.
Yeah,
We can
absolutely.
all do it. We can all do it. Yeah, let's just see. Someone said, believe in yourself. Yeah.
Hundreds.
You go, girl. Someone said, y'all on point. Someone said, well, Missy, it's been very lovely having you and speaking to you. And
You too,
like I
Papa.
said, I'm looking forward to seeing everything. And you can even see on your page, like you train and you're pushing hard. You're
Oh,
training,
thanks,
you're pushing
girl.
hard. So yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm looking forward to seeing you're not even like 30 yet. What are you gonna be doing when you hit 30? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
That feels far away. We will catch you
Ah,
quick.
it's
You're
round
gonna
the
blink.
corner.
Yeah, it'll catch you quick. But if you think about that, you said you're 23. Between then and now, 7 years, your experience, your development is just gonna be so high. So
I
it
hope
comes
so.
quick, but if you stay on point, you're gonna be ready for it. It's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing.
Oh, thanks, girl. I hope so.
Yeah.
Cross my fingers.
You got
Touch my
this.
head.
You got this. You got this. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you didn't get to watch all of it, I will be putting it out this week. This week, I'll try to put it out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Thursday. But yes, thanks for everyone
Oh,
tuning in. Have a blessed day, Rosina. Thank you,
thanks,
and we'll
girl.
catch
Thanks for
up
having me.
real soon. Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
Take care.
Missy. Bye,
Yeah.
girl. Bye.
Bye bye.